Hello guys, today we're going to do raising powers to powers. In other words, exponents to exponents, I guess you could say. Make sure that you write down the notes, try all the problems, and let me know if you have any questions. So let's go ahead and get started with number one. Now, I like to think about doing these problems a conceptual way where we actually understand what we're doing in each step of the way. So for number one, we have x to the sixth raised to the third power. In other words, we have x to the sixth. Excuse me, my pen is not as great as it should. Try to find the best angle. X to the sixth times x to the sixth times x to the sixth. That is what it means. It has x to the sixth 3 times. And we learned that here we have 6x's, 6x's, and 6x's. So in total, we have 18 x's. All right. Some people like to say that when you have a power to a power, multiply exponents, multiply exponents. But sometimes I don't like that because that just doesn't really tell us why we're multiplying it. Here we have 6 3 times, therefore we get 18. But some people just teach it where they say x, and this marker's not working. So I went ahead and wrote x to the 6th times 3, which still gives us the same answer as x to the 18th power. Like that. Some people like to do that one, but I'd rather write it out like I did just now. y squared to the 4th. Again, I'm going to write it out. How many times do we have everything in the parentheses? Because everything in the parentheses is to the 4th. It's going to be x y to the 2nd times x y to the 2nd times x y to the 2nd times x y to the 2nd. Of course, some of us might start seeing the pattern, but I always like to see this till it kind of clicks. That's supposed to be a 2, guys. It's just my pen is really weird right now. So let's go ahead and combine the exponents that we can. We have x, 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 and x. And they're all being multiplied because the parentheses and x tells us it's multiplication. So that is going to give us x to the 4th. Now let's go ahead and do our y's. We got y to the 2nd, y to the 2nd, y to the 2nd, and y to the 2nd. So in total, we have 8 y's. So our final answer is x to the 4th and y to the 8th, like that. Now, let's look at this one, number 3. This is the one where students start making a little bit more mistakes and just because of the negatives. So I'm going to just recommend that you're very careful with this one. We have everything in the parentheses to the 2nd power. So I'm going to write it like this. Negative 2y to the 4th times negative 2y to the 4th. So we're going to multiply negative 2 times negative 2. Negative 2. So I did negative 2 times negative 2 over here, which gives me positive 4. Now I have to combine my y. Y to the 4th and y to the 4th. That's going to give me y to the 8th. So my final answer here is 4y to the 8th. And be careful with your negatives because a negative times a negative is a positive. So let's go ahead and try number 4. This one, again, is another one of those that's tricky. You have everything in the parentheses to the 3rd power. So I'm going to write it 3 times. Negative 3x to the 2nd, y to the 3rd. Negative 3x to the 2nd, y to the 3rd. Negative 3x to the 2nd, y to the 3rd, like that. And you have to be real careful again because of the negatives. I have negative 3 times negative 3 times negative 3. There's 3 negatives, so that's going to give me a negative 27. Then I have x to the 2nd times x to the 2nd times x to the 2nd. Remember, they're being multiplied, so I got to add them all together. X to the 6th. And then I have y to the 3rd, y to the third, and y to the third. In total, I have 3y's, 6y's, 9y's. So here's my final answer. Let's go ahead and try one more. I'm going to let you try 5, so go ahead and pause the video, try number 5, and then continue watching the video so you can see if you got it right. Alright, so I hope you paused it now, and I'm going to write this 4 times. Again, it's because I like to write it. If you can start seeing the pattern, that's good. I have x, y, z to the third 4 times. So I'm going to write it like this. Again, I'm going along the long way, but I like to do this the long way just to kind of see what it's telling me. How many x's do I have? I have 1, 2, 3, 4. And remember, we're multiplying all of them, so that's x to the 4th. Now let's look at my y's. I have 1y, 2y's, 3, 4. So that's y to the 4th. And let's look at my z's. Z to the 3rd, z to the 6th, z to the 9th, and z to the 12th, because that's how many I have in total. So here's my final answer. Let's go ahead and do the last example, number 6. Take a minute and ask yourselves, what is different about number 6? What you might notice is different is that the 3 is outside of the parentheses, and because it is outside, it is not to the 4th power. So you do not write it 4 times. So this is how I'm going to write it. I'm going to keep the 3 right there because it is still part of the problem. But what is to the 4th power? Everything in the parentheses. So I'm going to do x to the 4th, z to the 3rd, x to the 4th, z to the 3rd, x to the 4th, z to the 3rd. And I'm going to do it one more time because it does appear 4 times. X to the 4th, z to the 3rd. All right. Now I'm going to carry this 3 because it's still part of the answer. And now I'm going to start combining my x's. I have x to the 4th times x to the 4th times x to the 4th times x to the 4th. I have 4 times, so that is x to the 16th power. Now z to the 3rd. Z to the 3rd, z to the 6th, 9, 12. So it is z to the 12th, not the 9th. I don't know why I put 9 there. There we go. Alright guys, hope this video made some sense. Please let me know if you have any questions in the comments or email me, and there is Delta Math on this. Have a good day.